Hello everyone, my dear students. Today we shall learn the further part as well as the last part relating to the third chapter, issue of shares. Okay, so the next subtopic which we are going to study is surrender of shares. So surrender of shares refers to voluntary return of shares by the member to the company for cancellation. This means when voluntarily or when the member on his own returns back or gives back the shares to the company for cancellation, it is called as surrender of shares. This surrender of shares is allowed only if there is no other option for the member but to cancel the shares. Only partly paid up shares can be surrendered. So this option of surrender of shares is allowed when there is no other option left with the member for the cancellation of the shares. So when the member of the company on his own wants to cancel the shares, he can surrender his shares on voluntary basis, and usually only the partly paid up shares can be surrendered and not the fully paid up shares. Surrendered shares can be reissued in the same way as forfeited shares. So as I told you, the forfeited shares can be reissued to the next members if the company is interested. Similarly, the shares which are surrendered by the members on their own, they can also be reissued to the new members by the company. Surrendering of shares leads to reduction of capital, hence companies avoid surrender of shares. By surrendering the shares, companies capital may get decreased. So as the capital of the company decreases, companies does not allow or usually they avoid the method of surrendering the shares. Okay, let's move to the second slide. Now the second subtopic is transfer of shares. Now what do you mean by transfer of shares? Transfer of shares means voluntary transfer of shares by a member of a company in favor of another person. So when a member of the company wants to transfer his shares to some other person, that procedure is called as transfer of shares. And this transfer of shares is also done on the own basis, that is voluntarily the member can transfer his shares to some other person. A member may transfer the shares for consideration or give it away as gift. Every member has the right to transfer their shares. Now whatever the shares are transferred by one member to another member, either they can be transferred for cash purpose or they can be transferred in the form of gift purpose. For consideration means it is for cash, or it can be given away in the form of gift, and every member of the company will be having the right of transferring their shares. In case of public companies, shares are freely transferable, whereas in case of private company, there are restrictions on free transfer of shares. So as we know, there are two types of companies, public company and private company. If any member from the public company wants to transfer his shares, he can transfer these shares with no rules and regulations. That is, they are freely transferable. But if it is a private company, in case of private company, there are certain restrictions or rules which are to be followed by the member while transferring the shares. A member has to apply to the company for transfer of shares by filling the instrument of transfer and submit the share certificate along with the required transfer fees. Now, what is the procedure a member who wants to transfer his shares has to follow? First thing is he has to fill a form. That form is known as instrument of transfer. If he is willing to transfer his shares, he has to fill this instrument of transfer and he has to submit his original share certificate to the company, because the shares are going to be transferred. So for this purpose, the share certificate is also to be submitted by the member along with certain transfer fees. So certain fees will be charged by the company for this transfer procedure. That fees is also to be paid by the member. Member who is transferring the shares is called as transferor, and to whom the shares are to be transferred is called as transferee. Now in this transfer of shares, two parties are involved. One is the transferor and the second party is a transferee. The person who transfers the shares or who wants to transfer his shares, he is called as a transferor. And the person to whom the shares are transferred, he is called as the transferee. So transferor and transferee are the two parties involved in the process of transfer of shares. Fine. Now let's move to the next slide. A member can either sell a part or entire shares held by him, and it is said to be completed only when transfer is registered in the register of members. Now coming to the limitation, how many shares a person can transfer? He may either transfer either full shares or he can transfer only part shares. So it depends upon the member, and the transfer procedure is said to be completed when the transfer is registered in the register of members. Means what? When the new person to whom the shares have been transferred, once the new person's name is registered in the register of members, then the transfer procedure is said to be completed. Under depository system, transfer of shares is automatically done on the basis of delivery against payment. Once the shares are transferred, the liability of the transferor ends. Now, if this transfer procedure is going to be done through electronic mode, means through demat account, if this transfer of shares is going to be done, then directly from one account to another account, the shares are transferred. They are not transferred physically or manually, but they are transferred electronically. And once the shares are transferred from transferor to transferee, then whatever liability is there with the name of the transferor, everything comes to an end. Means the liability will also get transferred from the transferor to the transferee. Stamp duty has to be paid on transfer of shares in physical form, but in demat form, no stamp duty is payable. Now, here you may get a question like, what do you mean by stamp duty? So, stamp duty is nothing but you can say it is a fees or it is a tax which is payable to the central government when some transferred deed takes place. Now, if the shares are going to be transferred in physical form, then there is need of paying the stamp duty. And if the shares are getting transferred into electronic form, that is into in the form of demat form, then there is no need of paying the stamp duty. Fine. Hope you are clear with this. Now going to the next subtopic, that is refusal to transfer of shares. Now here refusal meaning is deny. Okay. Now what do you mean by this refusal to transfer of shares? Board of directors have the authority to refuse the registration of transfer of shares. Sometimes what happen, the board of directors may not agree for this transfer of shares. They may deny or they may refuse this transfer procedure. And who is having that authority to refuse? It is with only the board of directors of the company. A notice of refusal giving the reasons for refusing the transfer by the board is to be sent to the member within 30 days from the date on which the instrument of transfer was delivered to the company. Now, if the board refuses the transfer, then reasons must be given by the board in the form of notice, and it is to be sent to that particular member why the transfer is getting refused or why the board is not agreeing for this transfer procedure. Few reasons are to be given in the form of notice, and it is to be sent to that particular member within 30 days. Within 30 days from the date of which instrument of transfer is delivered to the company. So 30 days is the time period taken by the company to send a notice which includes the reason along with the refusal reasons for refusing the transfer. Fine. The following are the conditions where board may refuse registering the transfer. Now, why the board may deny or why the board may refuse for this transfer procedure? Few reasons are listed out here. What are those reasons? First one is when the conditions for transfer of shares as given in the articles of association is not fulfilled by the member. When the member who wants to transfer his shares is not following the conditions which are given by the company. If the member is not following the conditions relating to transfer of shares, then the transfer may be refused or it may be denied by the board of directors. The second reason is when the instrument of transfer is not as per the rules prescribed under the Companies Act. I told you instrument of transfer is a form which is to be filled by the person. Which person? By the transferor while transferring his shares to the transferee. Now, when this instrument of transfer is filled not according to the rules given by the Companies Act, then again this refusal may be done. When the instrument is not accompanied by the share certificate, when the transferor submits only the instrument of transfer, but if he forgets or if he is not submitting his original share certificate to the company, even then the transfer may be refused. When the company has a lien on the shares to be transferred. Now here is this is one new condition which a company has to follow. If the company is having any lien or security or any debt which is to be repayable by that person, even in such conditions the transfer process does not take place. A member may appeal to the NCLT against the refusal by the board within period of 30 days from the date of receipt of refusal notice. Now, a member who has got the refusal notice, he may appeal or he may go to NCLT. Here, NCLT stands for National Company Law Tribunal. He may appeal to this board within 30 days period of time. If no notice is received, the member can appeal within 60 days in case of private company and within 90 days in case of public company. If any notice is not received by the company for refusal, then for the further process of transfer of shares, if he is a member of private company, he may appeal to NCLT within 60 days, and if he is a member of public company, he may appeal to NCLT for within 90 days for the further procedure of the transfer of shares. Fine. Now coming to the next subtopic, that is a blank transfer. When a member signs the instrument of transfer without filling in the name of the transferee and hands it over to the transferee along with the share certificate, it is called blank transfer. Now when the transferor fills the application form without writing the name of the person to whom the shares are to be transferred, means if transferee's name is not written on the instrument of transfer, then it is called as blank transfer. This blank transfer enables easy purchase and sale of shares, as the blank transfer form can be sold any number of times. As the name of the transferee is not written on this form, this helps in easy purchase and sale of shares. Okay, because the name itself is not available or it is not written on the form. So to any member it may be transferred, or to any member it may be purchasing or sale can be done. So here, but this blank transfer is an illegal thing which is not allowed by the company. Okay. Then the next topic is forged transfer. Forged transfer is where the signature of the transferor is forged. Company should not register such transfer of shares. Now again, forge का मतलब है proxy. When the signature of the transferor is copied for any illegal purpose, illegally, if the any person is copying or forging the signature of the transferor for the transfer of shares, it is called as forged transfer. Again, it is a illegal method of transferring the shares, and such method is not allowed by the company. So this is relating to your blank transfer and forged transfer. Okay. Now, the last subtopic relating to the third lesson is transmission of shares. Transmission of shares takes place due to operation of law, that is, the shares of a member is automatically transferred to another person on death, insolvency, or insanity of a member. Now, there is a slight difference between transfer of shares and transferee of shares. Transfer of shares is a method where member on his own wants to transfer his shares to another person. But transmission of shares is such a situation where shares are transferred due to operation of law. Means what? If the person who is holding the shares is um, dying, or if he is no more, or if a person who is holding the shares has become insolvent. Insolvent means when his liabilities are more than his assets, when he is unable to make the payments, or if the person who is holding the shares become insane. Insane ka matlab hai when he is in a mental state of mind. In such condition, automatically the shares will be transferred by law to the given persons. Transmission of shares is an involuntary action. I told you transfer of shares is a voluntary action. Voluntary action means on their own they are going to transfer the shares. But transmission of shares is an involuntary action. Involuntary का मतलब है it is a compulsory or mandatory action which is done by law. Here only one party is involved, that is legal heir, who initiates the process of transmission. जैसे कि transfer of shares में two parties are there, transferor and transferee, but in case of transmission of shares only one party is involved to whom the shares are going to be transferred. He is either the official receiver or he is called as the legal heir. The legal heir or official receiver need not pay any consideration for the shares. जैसे कि मैंने बोला था, ट्रांसफर ऑफ शेयर्स इज डन आइदर फॉर कैश पर्पज और शेयर्स आर गिवन इन द फॉर्म ऑफ गिफ्ट पर्पज. But in case of transmission of shares, to whom the shares are going to be transferred legally, they need not pay any amount. Fine, it is just free of cost. Original liability of the member continues in case of transmission, but the original liability of the original member remains with the original member himself. Now this is the last table which shows to whom the shares will be transferred in case of transmission. Now here I have divided the table into two parts. First one is event and second one is to whom the shares are transferred. If it is a case of death of member, then it is transferred to legal heir of member. So legal heir, you can say the protector or the guardian. Fine, guardian of the original person. So in case of death of a person, to the legal heir the shares will be transferred, or to the legal representative the shares will be transferred. If the person becomes insane, means if he becomes mad, if he is in a mental state of mind, then it will be transferred to the guardian of the member, like protector of that member. And if it is in case of insolvency, if a person becomes insolvent when his liabilities are more than his assets, then the shares are transferred to the official receiver appointed by the court. Here in this case, court appoints one official receiver, and to this official representative or official receiver, shares are transferred by the company. So these are the three situations where transmission of shares takes place. First one is death of member, second one is insanity, and third one is insolvency. Fine. Okay, so let's stop here today. As I told you, this was the last part relating to your third lesson. In the next video, we will be starting with the new chapter. Fine? Okay, thank you.